Is everyone ready? Josh, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Here we are. What is going on?
Oh. Oh, man. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Morning Cup. We'll probably do a little bit of a pre-show. I think that's usually the normal trend here, so. Yeah, we
kind of. Nah, we'll just get.
We got to do the last 14. How's your last 14?
Oh, it's been good. It's been fairly not snowy. It snowed a couple times, which is
snow.
right.
I thought the snow was going to stay, but it warmed up.
Yeah. It did warm up, so it's been all right. And we just dropped our merch.
Yes, we did.
Ooh, that was a fun time.
We had a pretty good showing yesterday for it.
Yeah, everybody followed the rules, stayed 6 feet apart.
It was great.
Kept their mask on, so that was really awesome to see.
Yes, it was.
How about you?
Oh, man. Finally finished the semester.
Hello, Erica Rose.
Semester's done. I get a month off school, which is great. I definitely it's well needed.
Oh, nope, that's the wrong one. I'm looking for claps. Nope. Nope. There we go.
There it is. We're still learning the soundboard.
Josh finished a semester of the police academy. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad I got the first half out of the way. So, but other than that, I haven't been doing much. Just kind of been relaxing. I was studying a lot, and then this last, just over the weekend, I was out with some friends and stuff. So, just trying to unwind, have a good time. But other than that, just working, drinking coffee.
Drinking coffee, that's the number one thing to do.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of which, I think it's time for us to get started.
I think it is time. Today's going to be a little different. I did all the research. So I bought this coffee when I was down in Texas for Thanksgiving. I lived in Texas for about a half a year, for people that don't know. And a coffee shop I used to go to a lot called Frog was...
Josh, how much do I do? I'm not used to doing this part.
It's 566 grams.
566 grams, all right.
Yeah. So there's a coffee shop that I really, really enjoy down in Plano, Texas. It's in Plano. And maybe it's in Allen. I don't know. That's besides the point. Well, they have this coffee roaster right here called Oak Cliff Coffee Roasters. So when I was down there for Thanksgiving, I saw this bag.
Hello, Michelle. Hello, George.
I actually kind of bought it, not really as a joke, but all of us here at the shop, Tristan Jackson and I, more specifically, always joke about Natty Yirgs.
Natty Yirg.
Natty Yirg, and how we've never really had, I had never had a good, Natty Yirg. I've never had a Natty Yirg before this one. Yeah. So I was at the checkout with my sister getting some coffee, and I saw that it said natural Yirgacheffe. Yirgacheffe?
I think it's Yirgacheffe.
I say Yirgacheffe. Sounds fancier, but all right. So I saw it said natural Yirgacheffe, and I decided to buy it. And that's what we're going to be drinking today on the show. So I'm going to talk a little bit about Oak Cliff Coffee Roasters, and then a little more about the coffee, and we'll get to tasting. So Oak Cliff Coffee Roaster started in Dallas, Texas, back in 2005. The owner of the shop, his name's Shannon. He took a business trip to Milan, which is in Italy.
Yep, Italy.
Yeah, I know my stuff. And he really got interested in the world of espresso. And then in 2006, he read a home roasting book and began roasting on a stovetop whirly pop.
Is that what you make popcorn with?
I don't know. That's just what it said on the website.
Okay.
I didn't do that much research. But he started roasting coffee beans on his own stovetop.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then in April of 2007, he actually moved to Oak Cliff, met his wife, and then they began roasting coffee on a gas grill in their backyard and would deliver the coffee door to door in their neighborhood, which...
I was just about to say, I'm pretty sure there's a way you can roast with a grill.
Yeah, yep, so that's what they did. I didn't really look too much into that, but that's kind of how they got started, was they would deliver the coffee door to door in their own neighborhood, and just to get it out there.
That's good customer service right there.
It really is.
Just going out.
It really is.
And a hustle. You're just going out and making it happen.
In the summer of 2008, they took their first origin trip down to Panama. It's probably where they learned even more about coffee, really started to grow their knowledge for the coffee.
Don't look at it, Josh. Don't look.
Nice. So then finally in 2009, almost 4, I'm good at math, 4 years after Shannon first got an interest in espresso, he partnered with a cafe in Texas to officially start selling his coffee, not just to his neighbors.
What do you know what store that was?
I don't remember what it was called. I did not write that part down.
Oh, okay.
It was somewhere in Dallas, though. In 2010, they finally bought their first location where they were going to turn that into their home roastery. It was going to be their dream location. And then in 2011, they did some more sourcing. And finally, in 2013, Davis Street Espresso opens, and that was their coffee shop. And it's located right next to their roastery, which is down in Dallas. I've never been to their actual shop. I've only had their coffee at other shops. But yeah, so that's kind of the history of the shop. It all started with a trip to Milan, and now they have their very own roaster. And it's very good. I enjoy their coffee.
When was it?
It's
the Whirly Pop.
So in January of 2009.
Crooked Tree Coffee House.
There it is. Yeah,
that was the first one that carried
first one
the
that they
product.
partnered with. I skipped the whole history on there. It's very, very long and in depth, but I kept it short and sweet.
Here's a fun fact that their roastery is an old auto body shop.
I knew that. I didn't write it down, but they bought an old car shop and they renovated it to make a roastery.
Sweet.
It's pretty cool. Doesn't Madcap have a shop that's like an old car place?
They do. Ooh, look at this. It's Flat Bottom Sunday.
It is flat bottom.
Look at that.
Look at that.
That is a flat bottom. I may have poured too much water into it, but
It's
I do
okay.
know how to pour water into it to make it a flat bottom.
That's very important when you're making a pour over. So, Oak Cliff Coffee, they have one motto, and that's do good work. And that starts with who they buy their coffee from. And they focus on buying their coffee from producers that take care of their workers and their workers' families. I think that's something we've talked about before.
Yeah.
It's important, you know. I talk on here later that they don't just buy coffee based on the fair trade or organic label. They set their own standards. And on their website, they compared it to like the cage-free eggs. So, I mean, you can say that you have cage-free eggs, but is the quality of life for the animals actually up to par?
Yeah. How many chickens are in that big, huge cage?
Exactly. So that's kind of what they compared it to. They have their own standards, which I think is kind of cool. It's something I haven't really heard a whole lot about. But they want their coffee to be thought about from the time it's being grown until right now when it's about to be drank. And I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
So, yeah, that's pretty much it for the history and a little bit about the shop.
All right. Tell us a little bit about this Natty Yirg.
You want to hand me the bag then?
Sure.
Thank you. So, natural Yirgacheffe. It's grown in Ethiopia. This one is specifically a Banco Gotiti. I think I'm saying that right. And so this one's farm sourced. And on the back, it talks about the 3 different types of sourcing that they do. Farm sourced or origin sourced or import sourced. This one's farm sourced, so it's directly with the farm. So they are buying the coffee directly from the farm. Which
that's good.
Yeah, very good.
They're building those relationships. They're doing good work.
Exactly. This coffee's grown between 2,000 and 2,100 meters above sea level. And so another thing I wanted to point out is that Oak Cliff Coffee has their own scale. They call it the 1 to 12 scale. And on the back, you got like a little clock. And 12 o'clock is tangy, 4 o'clock is sweet, 8 o'clock is savory. This one, they gave it a 2, so it's right between tangy and sweet.
Yeah, we were talking about that in the pre-show, how that was pretty interesting that they that they have their own like little guide to help you.
Yeah, which is kind of cool. Not a lot of places do that. And that ties right in with the flavor notes that we will hopefully be tasting, which is cranberry, strawberry, marmalade, and white wine.
Ooh. Okay. All right.
But I think we should just get right into the aromatics portion.
All right. I'm going to get some wet sniffs in there. Wow. That's extremely hot. It dripped right on my pants. It smells really, really, really fruity. It smells really, really good.
Smells very, very, very fruity.
Yeah, like you said cranberry in that. I definitely smell cranberries in that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Almost like we were in, Thanksgiving and, cranberries sauce. Smells really, really good. Let's look at this color.
It's a little
It's
amberish,
super
almost more
orange and red. Yeah,
I see a lot of red.
Yep.
It's a very deep red color.
Yeah. Almost looks like a cherry, but like not a dark
Let
cherry.
me see it. Let me see this.
The aromas of the wet is getting me excited for this. It smells juicy.
If I hold it right up to the light, it reminds me of honey.
Yeah, a
Like
little
if you
bit
were to look
like a
at honey-
darker,
Yeah.
like more raw honey.
Yes.
Oh,
There you go. I'm gonna pour your.
thank you, Josh. I
glass
appreciate the
for you.
service. This
What we
the
do.
smell of this Natty Yirg is phenomenal.
It really is. It smells
is.
amazing.
Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, no, it smells. You know, it reminds me, Jack. If you are watching right now and you might want to smell this, but it kind of reminds me of something in Costa Rica. There's a smell, just like banana leaves, just that tropical kind of smell, just like
It does.
I'm
It
in a
reminds
nice
me a lot
warm.
of Costa Rican.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get right to it. Aromatics out of 10. I'm giving this a 9.
I was gonna give it a 9 as well.
Boom! Look at that.
I like the scent. It's very pleasing. It doesn't it's not sharp in your nose, but
Nope.
it's very like you can tell it's something special.
Doesn't make me want to sneeze either. All right, Josh.
Did you smell the actual coffee?
No, I did not.
It's kind of just ties right in.
Yeah.
It's very smooth. It's smooth smell.
Smooth
smelling.
smells.
Smooth smells.
Smooth smells, Josh. All right, Josh, are you ready?
I'm ready.
This is the morning cup first sip.
All right.
All
Let's
right,
get
Josh,
right
go
to it.
ahead and take that first sip.
Oh yeah, right off the bat, strawberry
Oh, yeah.
with a little bit of cranberry mixed in and kind of in the middle for me. And then, so I've had this coffee. I think all of us have had this coffee before, both of us. When they talk about white wine, it has that wine finish.
Yeah.
It's very, very dry.
It's starting to dry out, yeah.
It's
So
almost
it's not like a red wine dry. It's definitely like that white
it's a
wine.
little sweeter of a
Yep.
of a finish, but it's still it's dry.
I kind of taste like orange like the good part, the zest. It's got that, like,
some
sweet-
zest. It's
yeah.
got some zest to it.
So orange zest is what I'm tasting. We got strawberry.
It's very strawberry heavy for me, and then about half of the duration that it's on my palate, it starts to get dry.
Yeah,
It's only sweet and savory for about a couple seconds, and then it's got a long finish too.
it does, and it definitely makes me want more. Like,
Well, it's like that dryness almost makes you thirsty.
Yep.
So you want to drink more, and then it's a circle.
yeah. So now thinking about what they said, marmalade. Pretty sure some marmalades have orange, like zest and rind in it. So it's kind of got that, like you said,
Maybe that,
strawberry
yeah.
up the front.
Well, that's because we were talking about that last time we had this. Where why would they say strawberry marmalade instead of just strawberry? Because it just has a very red berry, heavy flavor.
Yeah. No, it is.
So I love, like, I don't want to say bitter, but like tart things. I
Yeah.
like dry finishes. I like pomegranate juice, cranberry juice, stuff like that. And this is right up my alley.
This is.
This is a really good coffee. And not to mention for the price I paid for this.
You gotta wait till the
I
drinkability
will,
portion.
but holy crap. So when I was looking on Oak Cliff's website to do some research earlier today, they actually don't have this on their website. They have another Ethiopian that was a lot more expensive than this one, but I bought this one at a actual coffee shop that just had bags for sale like we do. So I don't know if it's
Yeah, they could
if it was
have.
like they might have, because I mean this was roasted in November, so it's not like it's old.
It's yeah, but I bet. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not gonna call him and ask.
It is. It's so juicy. It's.
It makes your mouth water at first, but then
Yeah.
it dries out.
I'm crying right now. How good this is. This Natty Yirg is delicious.
It's so I see what all the hype is now with the Natty Yirgs.
The Natty Yirgs.
If you go, what was the meme? If you take her to a coffee shop and she doesn't know what a Natty Yirg is, then...
Yeah, the joke is it was a text between two friends, and one of them was like, "Yeah, take your date to a coffee shop, and if he doesn't know what a Natty Yirg is,
Yeah, that's what it was.
he ain't the one."
Yeah, that's what it was.
Thank you. One more pour or motion from New York for that meme online.
That was fun.
We appreciate it. We laugh every day about that. So I think we should. I think we got enough information to do this.
This is hard because I want to give it a. I want to give
It's
it
10. I'm giving it a 10.
I was gonna give it a 10 too. I just didn't want to be that guy. But this coffee is the definition of a full-on backhand slap.
This
It's what Jack in the business calls a slapperoonie. It's a slapperoonie.
Oh my God. That's hot.
That's Jack saying that's hot.
Jack said that's hot, and this coffee's hot. It's a slapperoonie straight up.
So we're giving it a 10 out of 10 on taste.
All right, let's talk about drinkability.
Drinkability.
So
Now I remember what I was going to say before we get into drinkability. Natty or natural, remember, is the fermentation process, which you're going to get a little bit more of a berry fruity taste in your coffee, which is why this is going to have that strawberry
so
marmalade.
Juicy.
Yeah, it really makes me
But
want
something
more.
about I don't know if it's just because it's a Benko Gotiti, if that's why it's got some of that bitterness. Because I've had Ethiopians that have no bitterness.
Yeah,
I mean, they're just very juicy all the way through. This one has that wine.
That's probably like
type.
the Yirgacheffe.
It might be.
Regions,
Like I said, I don't know.
So according to Lee, who is our friend, that's
Yes, sir.
our roaster.
I do know who
he was
Lee is.
huge into. You may know, but other people may not. He's huge into the coffee industry. He has said that it doesn't matter if it's in the same country, region by region, you're going to have way
So
different tastes.
Yirgacheffe is the region.
Yes.
Benko Gotiti might be.
So it's an heirloom
Like-
varietal too. So
Yeah, we didn't talk about that. I meant to, but we did not.
yeah, heirloom would be normally it's like heirloom tomatoes, like closer to the original type of fruit bearing tree and all that. Like the strand is more closer to the original of what it used to be. It's not as GMO'd and like changed up and
Yeah.
all that.
It's very good. But I want to start out with the price that I paid for this coffee. $13.50.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
$13.50.
This bag of coffee for 12 ounces or 340 grams was $13.50. And when I say I looked at my receipt when she checked me out, and I said, she was like, "Your total."
Oh my God.
Well, no. So I got two tall drinks, and their prices. It was a specialty coffee shop similar to us. So the two drinks were like $11.
Right.
And I grabbed the bag of coffee. I said, "Just throw that on, however much it is." And she said, "All right, your total's like $27." And I was like, "Okay," didn't think much of it. Get my receipt, and I looked at it, and my younger sister, I don't know if Maya's watching right now, she does not know anything about coffee. And I was like, "That was only $13.50." And she's like, "That's a lot." I'm like, "No, it's not. That's not a lot at all for a bag of coffee.
Not for a Natty Yirg.
Not for a 10 out of 10 tasting Natty Yirg." So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about, because we talk a lot about the price of coffee on here. And there's I think we've talked about it a while back, but normally we would say $16 is a pretty...
You're probably going to get
That's-
standard specialty
that's
coffee.
standard specialty coffee.
How many ounces is that? That may be a
It's-
determining
it's
factor.
12.
12 ounce. So yeah, 12 ounce bag. You're normally going to be paying about $16.
$16.
Bag. 15.
But
14
I
to
think-
16 is what you're going to do.
I think part of that is, and we've paid a lot more. I've paid not twice as much. I've paid over $20. We'll say like $22, $23 for coffees that don't taste this good at all. But I think you're paying for the name. It's like with anything.
Yeah.
There are certain roasters out there that they're great and they have great reputations, but you do end up paying for the name a little bit.
And not only do the name, but like all the things that they do, what makes them great. Like it's a long, deeper process.
I think this is just a smaller roastery.
Probably.
They're not. I mean, I never heard of it until I went down to, Texas, and even down in Texas, where I lived in Dallas. It's such a large area where it's not like, up here where a handful of roasters normally are talked about between coffee lovers in a state or whatever. So, 1350. It definitely adds to the drinkability a lot. Not to mention, I love coffee like this. This is right up my alley for coffee.
This is for sure.
Like I could drink this
exactly
every day. You know how we talked about
day?
pairing? I could drink this every day, probably. This would pair really good with something sweet.
I was thinking maybe like some white grapes or even like some red grapes, like just.
Oh, you're thinking like grapes.
Yeah, like real grapes, and paired up with some like nuts.
I was thinking like peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Oh yeah, see, right,
I was actually
we're right there.
I was half kidding, but like now that I think about it, like a grape jelly PB&J
with some crackers, maybe and some cheese. Like you're thinking
Hey,
PB&J,
low-key-
and
low-key.
I'm literally thinking the same thing but different.
yeah, but
style.
low key like some crackers and like a sharp cheddar.
Yeah. Yes. This
Oh.
would charcuterie board central. Kid and Natty Yirg from Oak Cliff Coffee Roasters. That's what's going to
thing's
pair well
great.
with. It would be perfect for that. Like literally PB&J. So like you said, some peanuts, some butter.
Yeah,
Some
it would
some the nut.
It would
the
have
nuts
to be
and the
something
fruit together.
It would have to be something like that because something's got to pull a little bit of the bitterness out
Yeah.
for pairing. But at the same time, you can eat something very, very sweet and very rich. And if you drink something like this with it, it'll kind of dilute it a little bit.
Yeah, and so like going back to drinkability, if you think about those things that we're thinking will pair well with this, we're literally talking about things you can do every day that like they're regular snacks. They're not like we're not having a steak with this.
No, like last episode or 2 episodes ago where we literally ate an apple strudel while
Yeah.
we drank the coffee, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
You can go, if you live in Battle Creek area, go to Continental Bakery, get some apple strudels, and there you go.
George Redhoff says, "What is this wine?"
Yes.
It's kinda. It tastes like it.
It's got the mouthfeel.
It's definitely. It's not as silky smooth as last one.
No,
but
that
doesn't matter.
It definitely has. I'm trying to think of a word to describe the texture. I don't want to say like gritty, but it's not smooth. It doesn't just go
Yeah.
smoothly across your tongue. Like it definitely kind of has some force to it.
Yeah. All right. So drinkability. You're saying you can drink it all day, every day. We're pairing it up with some grapes and
Like
peanuts.
imagine that as a morning snack, like a pre-breakfast breakfast. You
Bro,
wake
yeah.
up, take a shower, drink a cup of this, and eat a like not a whole bunch, but like a good amount,
grapes, couple nuts.
a handful of grapes, and maybe some peanuts or something, or some cashews.
maybe a PB&J.
Maybe-
So what are you giving this for drinking?
A
drinkability?
toasted PB&J.
Ooh.
I'm gonna give it a 9.5.
9.5 out of 10 for Josh. So why a 9.5?
And not a 10.
Yeah.
I already gave it a 10 on taste. I really don't want to give it 2 10s.
Okay.
But also,
right.
I say I could drink this every day, but in the summertime, I would really have to see if it's really hot out. Maybe I wouldn't like this as much. It's
Yeah.
kind of getting into that winter time. It's like 35 degrees outside, and I feel like this is a really good wintertime drinker for sure.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I drink a lot of coffee, and I wouldn't want to limit myself to only drinking like one, I guess. And
Yeah.
I could drink this every day. Would I? Probably not.
I mean, for $13.50, let's bring it
But
up.
that's another thing that bumps it up for me is $13.50.
Yeah. I'm going to go with a 9. I'm just going to follow suit with you. That way, math is easier for us.
All right, there we
9.5 out of 10.
9.5.
So what's that make our average? Basically a perfect 10 almost.
It makes it a 9.5.
It's for sure the best
That
coffee
is the best.
that we have tasted on here. So that just took over Getwi.
And that's before the bonus round.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's just going to be a 9.
Yeah.
Bonus round. Looking at the bag.
I'll give it a 5 on my end. It's just
All right, I'll give it a 4.
all right. So
It's another 9 out of 10. Relationships. There are 3 main channels to create valuable and lasting relationships.
9.5 is what that comes out to.
9.5 out of 10.
That's the total score. I mean, I gave it a 5 out of 5 on my end for the bonus round. One, because I've had their coffee as a drip. I've had it as an espresso at different, like, 2 different coffee shops in the Dallas area. I've actually had it at Nerdvana and Frog Coffee and Creperie. Both have this coffee that I've been to. That's another thing. I actually have had this coffee paired, not like this specific one, but Oak Cliff at Frog, they have crepes. That's kind of what they do. Mm-hmm. It's a coffee bar and creperie.
Yeah.
A good, like, a sweet, but also, like you said, hazelnut, or like you said, a nut, like a Nutella. Do you like Nutella?
I don't really know.
So they had a Nutella crepe down there that was really good. Very rich, but something like this would go great with it. That's just besides the point. I digress.
Yeah.
I don't know where I was going with that. 5 out of 5 on my end.
Yeah,
it's just I've had it a couple different ways. Every time I've ever had this coffee, I've never had anything bad to say.
Yeah.
And the last time I had it, I think when I did the 6 weeks of coffee when I lived down in Texas, I didn't know enough to rate it properly. I think if I were to go down there and drink a drip from there again, I could probably give it a better rating or a more fair, like, test.
Yeah. No, I mean, I would definitely, if you're looking for coffee and ones to try,
100%.
OCCR, Oak Cliff Coffee Roaster. Definitely try it out.
I mean, you think about the price mixed with the flavor, and I mean, we're not professionals, but we drink a lot of coffee.
Technically, we are professionals. We get paid to make coffee.
You're right. Okay, so scratch that. Well, I mean,
yeah,
we're putting this.
We're not experts.
Yeah, we're not experts, but we're putting this coffee right up there and above a lot of other coffees that you could pay a lot more for. And if you want to, go for it. But if you're looking for a good coffee to order, maybe you live down in the Dallas area, or you just want to try something new. I don't know if they're on trade. I bought this. I didn't get it from trade, but you could probably find it on some third-party subscription services too.
Yeah. No, this like everything they stand for, the packaging.
The packaging.
They tell you they're guiding you on how it's.
I almost bought it.
Really well.
So they had a Costa Rican down there, and I was going to buy that, but I didn't. And I only bought that one. I'm glad I did. This is one of the best coffees I've had
ever. All right. Well,
there it is.
That is the Natty Yirgacheffe. Natural Yirgacheffe.
The Natty Yirg
from Oak Cliff Coffee Roasters. Coming in number 1 now. They're the standard now. So
9 to 5, man. 9 to 5.
9.5.
9.5. That's a high score out of 10.
Yeah.
I mean, that's darn near perfect.
That's hot.
That's hot.
That's hot. I mean,
it is.
That's going to set the bar.
It has. Yes.
It is. I gotta pull up a quote real quick.
All right. My quote is. No, I lost it. But yeah, so
I got one from your favorite guy ever.
Who?
You know. His name rhymes with Harry Lee.
Gary V?
Yes. Skills are cheap. Passion is priceless.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I like that one a lot.
Once again, thank you guys for tuning in today.
Yes, thank you
guys. Or tomorrow, or in the future. We really do appreciate you coming by and listening to us.
Yes, we do.
This coffee.
And check out all the other live streams and shows that we're going to be doing. Not so much Tristan and I specifically, but everyone in the shop, we're all getting into it, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, so we got cocktails, music, I think is coming up shortly, baking, all
sorts of stuff, so stay tuned.
Yeah, so you can watch us on YouTube, Facebook. You can also listen to us on Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, Apple Music.
There you go. Apple Podcast. But
basically anything that has it. And if you do like us, go ahead and leave a review for us. That'd be awesome.
Please do. And if you guys have any coffees you think we should try, send them our way. You can comment them on this video, Facebook message, doesn't matter. Just if you guys have one that you think we have to try that you think is going to beat this, send it our way.
We'll try it out. We'll let you know.
We'll buy it.
All right. That's all I got. So, Josh,
is all
close
I
us
got.
out.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Whether you guys are listening today, tomorrow, next week, doesn't matter. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you guys in the next one.
See ya.